What a time for Wakefield. You're coming into this club, obviously on the back of relegation.
Yep.
First of all, what did you make of it? The first day at the club, you're coming in, so many challenges, as you mentioned to me before, so many players out of contract.
Yeah.
Where did you even begin?
Well, it's quite like that. Quite like that challenge. I quite like the obviously I'd have preferred us to stay in Super League, but I quite like the challenge of fetching Daryl in and the coaching staff being out of contract allowed us to try and turn it round from day one. You know what I mean? If we'd have had a coaching staff that were contracted for 2-3 more years, it might have been slightly different. So the good news was once we got Daryl, then he could go and look for his coaching setup that he wanted. Obviously we agreed the budget for that. You know, this was the year where it was a little bit like we're going to throw everything at it, get the fans back on board, you know, to go back hopefully in Super League first time.
Absolutely incredible numbers, you know, on the season ticket. Season tickets. Did you ever imagine that sort of response from the Wakefield faithful?
No, me and Daz in the club shop, we were a little bit like, we'll go for 2,500. Then he started like next day. It was it's going well. Let's go for 3, and then it just keeps going. I didn't think we'd get to 5. The season's not even started yet, so let's hope we get a few more. 5,000. A lot of, you know, I truly believe there's a lot of dormant supporters, but they need the ambition to come back. You know what I mean? I've been there where I've had little times where if you don't feel the club's going in the right direction, you're not going to the games enthused. So if you always feel like, I suppose, the guy at the top and the club has got the ambition, you're always going to want to go for it. You know, to go for the games and get behind the club.
This is going to sound maybe a little bit crazy, but I remember speaking to some Hull KR fans when they were relegated, not you know, a few years ago, and they were saying, you know, yes, we're out of the Super League, but we get to see all these new grounds. It's sort of a completely different league, and they were fighting for the title again, fighting for promotion again. Is that the sort of feeling you have at Wakefield right now? I know you're not in the Super League, but you're going to go. The fans having a chance to experience all different grounds, all different stadiums, something different, something new, and more on top of that, you're going to be fighting, presumably, for the title.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, ever since I've supported Wakefield, we start off second or third favourites for relegation, normally after the team that come up. Obviously, the league come up strong, so we were the favourites for relegation last year. It'd be nice to do things like win our favourites to go straight back. It'd be nice to do things like little personal challenges. You go, we lost the first 12 of last year. Can we do something special like reverse that this year and win the first 12? You know, so and the grounds and stuff. Really looking forward to it. You know what I mean? I'm not a hospitality sort of person, 100%. I like being out, stood up, watching the game, having a pint maybe, and I'm going to get that with some of the grounds. And you go to grounds that I've never been to. You know, some of these teams I know not too much about because you've never been before. So I'm looking forward to that. Meeting the people in the championship. Obviously, we want to win it. You know what I mean? We are spending the most. We are putting a bit of pressure on ourselves, but let's go for it. You know what I mean? We sort of thrive. We want to thrive on that. I don't feel pressure to me because I've got 100% convinced that Daryl and the team will do it.
Just the last final question from me. You personally, you mentioned you've been Wakefield you've been a Wakefield fan for a very, very long time. What would it mean to you to get this team back up to the successful years where they belong?
I mean, I spoke about it with the lads. I spoke with the lads on the first day of the season, first day of training camp. Sorry, and say, you know, you look on the walls and you look at the history of the club, and you know your 5 Challenge Cups, 2 league titles in the 60s and that, and you want to give the Wakefield supporters in their 30s, 20s and 40s, they've never seen that. So, you know, I said to the players, you know, the supporters coming in the 70s, 80s, coming to the ground still to watch the old Challenge Cup games. And when there's a try, they're screaming the place down. And that's what it means for them who watched that 60 years ago, and they still remember it, and it's still like they come to the ground now and, you know, on the luncheon club every month and talk about them times. So when you do something special, if we can do it, you know, it lives on for years and years to come. And I know a lot of Trinity supporters in the 70s, 80s, and they still talk about it. You know, every time I see them, nearly. You know what I mean? So it mean a lot. It mean a lot. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to getting into the games. Looking forward to the season. Yeah, it'd be big to get back in Super League, but I'm quite ambitious. I'd probably be going in. I want to get in Super League, and then don't want to just sit in bottom of Super League. I want to try and go for top six.
Absolutely, absolutely.